So what's the difference between a boosted post and a meta ad on Meta Ads Manager? In this video, I'm going to explain in jargon-free English very clearly the difference between the two. We're going to cover what they do, what the differences are, and what you should be choosing based on your objective. Real quick, while I'm getting this set up, my name is Harper from HG Media. We help residential contractors in New Zealand, Australia, UK, Ireland, Canada, USA, getting jobs through social media. Pretty simple. So far, we've generated over $5 million worth of business in the last 3 years and served over 30 people, probably pretty similar to yourself. Watch until the end and I can explain how we can serve you as well. Let's get into this. First things first, here's what you're gonna need to remember. If you're gonna take anything away from this video, let it be this. Boosting is a shortcut to push an existing post a bit further out there. Ads Manager, Meta Ads Manager, that's where you're doing your real marketing. That's where you're really spending money and making money. I'll explain why. If you remember just those two key points, you're already doing better than 90% of people in your shoes, to be honest with you. So first things first, what is boosting? You've probably done a post on your Facebook page or Instagram page at some point in time and saw the little blue or gray or white boost button. And maybe you're like, what is this? Maybe you saw it on your Meta Business Suite, which is what I got up right here. I go onto content and I can see a video that I just posted just recently. And you can see it says right here, boost. I want to talk you through what exactly boosting is and what it's going to do. You click boost and this is what happens. So you can change the goal at the very top. You can get more profile visits, which is going to look like this. You can get more messages, going to look like this. Send message. And you can get more website visitors. Looks pretty similar. Mostly this is just visibility and getting people to actually see your content. You are going to have options to target specific people. So you can make yourself an audience, target men only, women only. You can choose the age range and you can choose the location you want this to target. You can also go into a little bit of detailed targeting here, which is nice. Demographics, interests, and behaviors. If you don't know about that, that's okay. It's not as relevant to what you do. This is more for e-commerce products that are spending thousands of dollars on ads that really need this type of targeting. For what you're doing, and I'm going to assume you're a home improvement business owner, a residential contractor, a general contractor, you don't need any of this right here. I'm telling you right now, you don't need demographics, interests, or behaviors. You want to keep it simple. Keep it simple to where you're serving by just making sure that you're serving where you want to serve. So you can drop a pin. For example, I'm in Auckland. I would go here. I'd drop my pin, boom, right there. And I can make my radius this big, 18 miles in my example, and save the audience. And that would be the people I'm targeting on this hypothetical boosted post. You can see how long the ad's gonna run for, 7 days in this case. You can see how much you're gonna spend per day, your total budget right here, and the expected results right here. Up to 1,000 impressions and 16 link clicks. This is not always gonna be 100% accurate. If you don't know this by now, Facebook and Meta will generate you estimates, but these estimates don't have to be 100% accurate. So it could be more and it could be less depending on the quality of your content and the quality of, in this case, your ad. Doing this boosting, it's probably better and more relevant and more popular for the entry-level tech person, right? As opposed to opening up Ads Manager, which I'll just show you what Ads Manager looks like real quick. So as opposed to opening up this where maybe you don't know what's going on, there's a lot of buttons, it seems like there's a lot of buttons, you have to have a campaign, an ad set, every ad is different, it might look like a lot's going on. This can be confusing. Boosting a post, a lot simpler. You just saw it was one click, I clicked boost, one click, and I can customize my settings and click publish, and that's that. It's gonna be good for what it says it's gonna do. Get me some clicks, potentially get me some followers, some likes on the post, maybe some comments, and maybe someone will message me directly, privately, and ask for some of my services. Who knows? So in your shoes, you're posting a video of you and your boys on the job. Maybe someone messages you saying, hey, that looks nice. Do you also do kitchen renovations? I need a new one, by the way. Something like that. If I had to describe boosting in one word, I would describe it as basic. Very basic. If the goal is likes, social proof, comments, shares, maybe followers on the platform, Instagram or Facebook, boosting's really good in a short time frame. You don't want to be boosting for 3 months straight, 90 days straight. So if you want to boost for, like, let's say a week and you want to get more followers, good idea. But if the goal is leads, booked appointments, and actual jobs to keep you and your team busy, boosting is not where it's at. This is where Ads Manager comes in. So what actually is Ads Manager? So this is my own Ads Manager. This is where you choose an objective that actually maps to business outcomes. I've made a video like this before talking about how to set up a lead form campaign, which I'll always pretty much stick by my guns that that's the best type of ad someone like yourself should be running. You can collect name, phone number, email, and ask a few qualifying questions on there, but I've made a full another video on that. You can click that at the bottom link in the description. Top link is going to be my website, so bottom link. But look, here's the type of ads you can run. Awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, sales. We're not going to run sales. We're not going to run app promotion. You'd probably want to focus on these four. And as I said, I'm biased, but leads are the best. Engagement, traffic, and awareness is good if you want to send people to a messenger. So if you actually want to get them to speak with you directly in the DMs, or straight to a website. And leads is good if you want to, like I said, collect information, name, number, email, location, qualifying questions, stuff like that. These are where you can measure way beyond just likes, clicks, follows, shares, and vanity metrics. You can measure cost per lead, the click-through rate, 2-second video watch time, 3-second, 15-second video watch time. You can set up and create a Facebook pixel to connect to your website. You can test different lead forms and qualifying questions, different type of messaging. You can test different audiences. I know you shouldn't really be doing that, but if you're on a massive scale, you can test different audiences, different types of creative content. You can just test a bunch more, hence why it's not as basic as boosted ads. You can kind of let the system learn about what you're doing and learn about your ads, and then you can scale it up from there. It might be more confusing at first because there is a lot more time and effort and process involved, and you probably want to spend quality time creating a good ad to make sure it gets good engagement, but it's going to be more worth it in the long run. And it allows you much more control than just boosting your content. So you're probably asking yourself, which one should I use? How do I know which is best for me? Like, which one do I do right here, right now? Here's how you should probably decide, and here's how, if I was in your shoes, I would decide. If you want to push a piece of content that's already doing well, already has maybe a few likes, a few comments, maybe it's been shared a few times. Let's say you get usually 3 likes on a post, and this post is on 10 likes and it has 5 comments. You're like, okay, it's going good. It's got 3 times as many views as usual. That could be a behind the scenes reel, could be a meeting the team reel, before and after, could be a Instagram photo of your new apprentice. I'd say boosting's okay. Again, you'd set a smaller budget, run it for 7 days or 3 days, and you don't expect the world, right? Don't expect phenomenal results. It's not going to be a miracle. A few likes, a few comments, a few shares, a few follows, stuff like that. But if you want anything beyond that, calls, messages, website visits, lead inquiries, go into Ads Manager and build it from there, from scratch. Even if you want to run, hypothetically, this exact same piece of content, this exact same ad that you want to boost as an ad, don't do it here. Put it in Ads Manager. You can actually copy the post ID and run it as a brand new ad so you can track what works and what doesn't, what's actually working. Again, cost per lead, click-through rate, very important, impressions, reach, frequency, things of this nature. Yeah, I want to go back to that example I was giving you just a moment ago. So you get one post that gets more likes and comments than you usually get. I'd boost that post. I'd boost that post, get out into the community a bit more. If you maybe already have a bit of work on, you can say, you know what, I'll spend $50 over a week, a couple bucks a day. Let me run this ad. Maybe I'll get another message from it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get a bit more followers, and that's that really. Beautiful. Not bad. On the other side of things, another real world example of using Ads Manager, I would recommend, let's say summer just finished for you. Summer's your busiest time of year. You had a bunch of jobs, but now they're slowing down. They're mostly finished. Maybe your crew's just got back from the holidays. Maybe you're going into holidays shortly, but there's no big jobs on the horizon. You want to keep your team busy. You want to keep the boys busy, the crew busy. That's where you jump onto Ads Manager and make an ad that has like an autumn/fall, depending where you are on Earth, offer something along the lines of like, and if you click this ad now, you'll get a $150 discount, and this is valid through to March 31st at midnight. That's autumn time here in New Zealand, so forgive me if you're an American watching this. And then you can also say limited spots only, book now while we have space. You can run that ad out to the market. Again, you can target exactly who you want through some good creatives. Again, I don't recommend specific targeting. Keep your targeting broad and just target by the radius that I showed you earlier. But the people that engage with that ad and watch that ad but don't fill out a lead form, let's say you're running a lead form ad, those people, that did click, that did watch a few seconds of it, we can retarget them and then show them a new ad and say, hey, I noticed you watched our ad already and you probably know about their offer we're running regarding the $150 discount for all inquiries before March 31st at midnight. Guess what? Act now and get a free gutter clean or a free driveway wash or a free, could be anything, right? Could be any free garden service. It'll take you 15 minutes, 5 minutes. You can make the driveway look nice. You can clean their bins, you get whatever. You get the idea, right? It's just even more incentive for them to book with you right now. Again, I would spend quality time, and if you wanted to invest into this, hiring a proper cameraman, maybe getting an editor to do this for you properly, getting a social media expert to actually set up these ads and do this for you. Again, I have a full video on how to set up lead form ads, and the retargeting section is actually not too complicated, and I can make a brand new video for you guys regarding that if you'd like. But I get someone to do this for you properly, so you can just do it one time. Get a bunch of content, you and the boys, you behind the scenes, maybe funny moments, maybe quick interview with you, quick interview with your clients, stuff like that. Maybe write up a quick script so you sound professional when you're filming these ads. You run the ad, maybe your goal is to get book 4 site visits and quote 4 jobs in the next 2 weeks. You can spend 20 to 50 bucks a day. I'd say 20 is minimum. 50 is probably a better budget, but 20 at the very minimum. So you're spending a total of 280 to potentially 700 bucks a day. You get 17 people fill out your lead form. You call them up, book them into site visits. Let's say 7 of them become site visits. You quote all 7 of them. 3 of them say, no, I'm good. 1 of them is a complete time waster and you could have saved a bit of time, but whatever. Let's say 3 of them convert into brand new jobs. That's your next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks of work, depending how big or small these projects are, of course. But this is how your business is going to operate profitably. So boosting the posts in this case will get you a couple likes. Running an ad on Ads Manager, where you're actually tracking the results, that could be $500,000 in pipeline value, $50,000 in 3 weeks of jobs. Who the fuck knows? Like, it all depends, and it depends what type of ad you're running as well, of course, and the market and the timing. Everything falls into place. But the more you put yourself in front of people, the more chance you get of providing your service to them. That's really the core underlying value of advertising. No one's going to work with you if they don't know who you are. They're going to work with people they know, like, and trust. And they can only know, like, and trust you if you get in front of the camera, start creating some content, posting your services, and asking people to pay you for them. That's that. I hope that makes sense. And that's also how you kind of got to look at it. And that's what you should track, the lifetime value of these customers, because they're not just one and done customers. A lot of your business comes from repeat customers. Things break in the house. They need a new kitchen, they need a new bathroom. This breaks, that breaks. You can get a referral fee from your plumbing mate, this, that, subcontractors on site. You get it. I mean, the more information and word of mouth comes to you and through you, the more business you get, the more money you make. And if I was you, I'd always be judging my success on lifetime value in ratio to cost to acquire the customer. Makes it a lot easier. Let's say your lifetime value for your last 10 customers is $50,000 each, and let's say your margins are 15%, so you're making $7,500 profit per job, and let's say it costs you, just hypothetically, $500 to get this customer. In the business world, a good lifetime value to cost to acquire customer ratio is 3 to 1. Meaning if you spent $500 to acquire this customer and their lifetime value is $1,500, that's a good thing. You're making $1,000 extra. Your guys' margins are so much better just from the sheer volume. I mean, you guys have the ability to quote these massive quotes and people pay it because their home is their biggest investment most of the time. So don't focus on the cost per like, the cost per lead. I know that's crazy to say coming from a lead generation guy, an advertising agency guy. Don't focus on your cost per lead. Don't focus on your cost per likes, cost per follow, cost per click. Don't worry about any of that. That all comes second to the cost to acquire the customer compared to how much the customer is going to pay you. If you're spending $1,000 in ads and getting $20,000 in brand new jobs, that's not a bad thing. You can probably sustain that. Your guys' lifetime value to CAC rate it's ridiculous. It's not 3 to 1, it's 30 to 1. It's 50 to 1. So you guys are in the driver's seat, remember that. And that's the beauty in residential contracting. You guys have the ability to do that. Hence why people like me only work with people like you. I only serve people like you because you guys have the ability to do that, not us. And in terms of advertising, Let your creativity do the work. Let your unique ad do the work. Don't target anything. I can't stress this enough. Do not target anyone. Just put the radius around where you're advertising to and where you're happy to drive to serve, and get your team to drive to serve, and just advertise there. Doctors are going to see it, lawyers are going to see it, regular mums and dads are going to see it, kids are going to see it, teenagers, young adults, grandmas, granddad, everyone's going to see it. Everyone is going to see it. The word's going to spread around. And if it's a funny ad, an ad that captures a bit of attention, everyone's going to hear about it anyway. So you don't need to worry about targeting. You're just going to be paying more money to show up in front of the same people you're going to show up in front of anyway. So if I were you, broad targeting only. And when I say creativity, what I mean by this is you'll have one ad for a kitchen renovation, one ad for a deck upgrade, one ad for a bathroom repair, one ad for homeowners looking to sell and kind of revamp their home, one ad for brand new homeowners that just bought and it's a bit raggedy and they want to upgrade their roof. You get the idea. You just want to test a few different angles. And this doesn't have to be you holding the camera like this saying, hey, we're providing this service, this service, this service, this service, this service. Although in the advertising world, you can do that. You can test that if you want. But you can just have the words on the screen. Go onto iMovie, learn how to edit, learn CapCut, how to put the text on the screen. And you've got to keep testing, because the market is going to tell you what it wants and what it doesn't want. And the market is just people, your customers. So that's that. But remember this, advertising is not set and forget. So you don't put an ad at one time and just wait for millions to rake in. That's not how it works. Check in every 7 days. What's going well with your ad, what's not working with your ad. And it's just like a garden. The things that are doing well, you water them, you nourish them, you nurture them. And the things that are crap, you just take out, throw them away. If you see that a couple ads are doing rubbish, don't get emotional. No one hates you, the market doesn't hate you, it just doesn't like what you're selling right there in that ad. So take those ones away, replace them with new ones, every 7 to 14 to 21 to 30 days, around there, about once a month, and test more. The more you test, the more you make. And with the help of AI these days, even just scrolling on Meta, you can see potential competitors' ads. I'm not saying copy them, but take inspiration from them. Every ad comes into a similar format. We're not Steve Jobs out here making a brand new invention. We're selling a trade service. We're selling fix your plumbing. We're selling new lights. We're selling, this isn't rocket science, but it's your job to make people like, respect, and trust you, and then they'll do business with you. So I hope that helps you know the difference between boosting and between actually running an ad on Ads Manager on Meta. Final message is this: if you want more likes, more engagement, more followers, boost for a short period of time on a smaller budget. Don't expect a miracle. And if you want more business and you want to actually see your business grow and get more jobs, more leads, a bigger pipeline for you or your team to follow up with next 90 days, 180 days, year, 2 years, all the way down the line, go into Ads Manager and make a proper ad. Please, I'm begging you. If you're going to spend, you don't want to waste money here. You don't want to just spend willy-nilly. Take the time to make a good ad and it will pay off. So like, comment, subscribe, follow, click around this video and engage with it. If you enjoyed it, let me know what you think about it in the comments. And I did promise that if you want us to do your advertising for you, your social media advertising on Meta or on Google, which is a whole nother story for another day. If you want us to take care of either of those sides of the business for you, so you can delegate to us, who we have an in-house team where we actually qualify these leads for you. So we only send you leads. We only send you leads that are ready for a site visit. You can get in touch with us by clicking around this video or clicking the top link in the description. Again, we've been doing this for 3 years. We've probably helped a lot of people in the exact same position as you. Little bit of confusion, even though you provide a brilliant service and product and you keep your clients happy, you might not know what you're doing when it comes to marketing, and that's completely fine. And even if you know the marketing inside and out in terms of Ads Manager, that's fine as well, because you know how much time it takes, and that's what we do every day. That's our job. So let us do it for you if you want. Click the link down below, fill out the form required, book a time with me, and I'll speak to you very shortly. If not, leave it to it. Have a good day, and peace out. Bye-bye.